Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when and where you're watching this, and welcome or welcome back to the Knit Crochet Read Repeat podcast channel. Yes, that was very fast. Y'all know the intro by now if you have been here for a while, so we're just going to jump straight in. Today is...
6th of July.
That's not what I paused for. Don't know if you heard that, but that's Scott in the background saying the 6th of July. Do appreciate that, but that's not why I paused. This is Tour de Fleece day 2, and the hope for today is to get 3 little bits of fibre spun minimum. If I get more done, fantastic, but as I signed off yesterday, I was starting to get a bit of pain going from my thumb all the way down my arm, and so I really don't want to end up with an injury very early into the start of Tour de Fleece. Apologies if you can hear the fan in the background. It is a gorgeous day outside. It is warm, or at least it is warm in our living room, because this window is huge and it acts like a greenhouse in here. So let's get started, shall we? So the first bit of fluff we're going to be working with is what I think is actually like a really good 50-50 blend of the orange and the pink. So I'm going to get this drafted and then we will start. So I'm actually going to probably record like a time lapse of me drafting the fibre so you can see what I mean and what I personally do. But these are very small bits of fluff and they're very easy to draft out. So here we go. Hello. It has been several hours later and several bumps of fibre later, and this is where we are. I am making really good progress. I think I've spun 5, if not 6 little bumps of fibre. My thumb and my arm are absolutely fine, thank goodness. But I am going to stop currently for tonight. I just don't want to overdo it. I did, however, try to figure out just how many little bumps of fibre there are, and there was definitely already 12 in there minimum after I'd already spun 3. So my initial estimate of 12 was off, but it is what it is. I'll do another estimate and I'll come back in just a minute and see how many we've got left. So I think there's around 9 bumps of fibre left, which is really good. So if I kind of look at that as aiming for at least 3 a day, then I'm going to have that done in 3 days. So yes, I've spun more today. So if we're looking at it 3 a day, it's going to take 5 days to do each bag of fibre, and we're going from the 5th to the 27th. So I've got enough time. I've got more than enough time to do this Tour de Fleece challenge. I don't know if I want to call it challenge, but yeah, I'm really happy with my progress. You can see 3 different shades on the wheel. See if I get it without the shadow. You can see 3 different shades. One closest to me, then there's the one in the middle, and then there's the one at the end. So we are definitely well into the pinks. We are going to be heading into kind of like a mauve, and then we're going to start getting a little bit more grey after that, and then we head into the blacks. I do think that's going to be a lovely yarn, but I'm now considering doing another chain ply. I don't know what it is. I love a good 3-ply. I don't like doing a 2-ply spin. I find it very boring. I do get bored very easily with a 2-ply, whereas a chain ply I have to be engaged, otherwise I'm going to mess up the chain. But I feel like chain ply is my go-to. It's my usual, and I'm kind of like, do I just change it up? I'll get more yardage with a 2-ply, which is always nice, but I'm definitely going to get a DK, if not heavier, if I do a chain ply. Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did watch, I'm going to try and release these after each day. So today is the 2nd day of Tour de Fleece, but it'll come out on the start of the 3rd, just to give me enough time to edit and load and get it live. So yeah, bye.